I just want you to see this insanity. It's like Macbeth here. We're at the like 11:59, and the insanity is just insane. So all they're doing today, I exposed last night that they're tampering with the milk here. They're possibly tampering with the Evian water by opening up the bottles and putting their pathogen inside. So what's the reaction? Well, typical ant is they strike back with more violence. It's just the same thing day after day after day. So it's been like a fucking circus here this morning of just truck after truck after truck after truck. Boom, 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 boom. And there's not a single human person around. There's no traffic. There's no business. There's no commerce. But there's all these trucks at Balaclava and West Broadway suddenly servicing no humans anywhere. There's just trucks all over the place barreling around. So I just grabbed the phone and put it on. So it might instantly stop it, although not enough. I knew it wasn't going to be enough. What you're seeing coming here is what we've been seeing for the last 20, 30 minutes. These big, huge trucks just fucking goddamn pound, 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 pound. And I knew when I grabbed the phone, it wasn't going to be enough time for them to change everything yet. But this type of bullshit here, this truck, imagine 20 of them going by all at the same time. That's what was going on. That's what was happening. So now that the phone is out, we might be able to get some sort of, there you go. There you go. Rev it up there, buddy. Rev it up. They're so fucking stupid. They're so goddamn fucking stupid. They can only change the traffic pattern within a minute or two to divert the traffic away. So that might happen, but you should have seen it like 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. It was just like an airplane taking off. The sound here was just outrageous. You can see, you got some trucks here, not as much. Maybe we'll still have some left over before they're able to divert them out. Well, you've got some here. Oh, you had a lot of these back, reverse things. Beep, beep, beep. You got this going. They will have changed it automatically because they don't want the court evidence. Orkin is a big favorite of theirs. Morning, spare any change?
Show us something we can share. You look like I want money.
I don't know. I would never. I would never judge you based on what you're wearing. I don't know how much money you have. I just asked if you had any spare change. Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't look at your tax return last year. I didn't look at your tax return last year, so I don't know how much money you got. It's really none of my business. There you go. That's what we had. Oh, there's another UPS. There's another truck. You get the idea of what I'm dealing with this morning? This is how they're dealing with the fact that I exposed that the milk was all withdrawn from Safeway and the Evian water didn't appear several days because Coca-Cola wasn't able to distribute it. So the big problem now is that the water is contaminated. The Evian water is now contaminated and the milk is now contaminated. So we won't be able to... Oh, there, missed that one. Did you catch that one going by? Do you see what I'm saying here? You're still getting the sense. It's not the same sound yet. They haven't been able to redirect all the traffic yet, but you're getting a sense for... This is all done to make me deaf. It's all court evidence, too. You can see how there's all this stimuli and sound to make you deaf. All these buses, all these cars, they're all fake. There's no humans living here. There are no humans here. There's no activity here. There's nothing. Look at the grass over there. Look over here. It has never been cut or gardened at all. It has never been cut or gardened. They put Love Island there just so you can see that. Look, that shows how much activity of any species there is here. Nothing. Look at this. Look at this over here. Look at this. right by the news box there. Look at that. Like, seriously, dudes, there are no people here. There's no life here. There's no life at all. None. Oh, here's another truck. I was just going to look over here and say, there should be a truck arriving, and lo and behold, there it is. And there's another one right behind it. How about that? How about that, huh? Morning, spare any change? We're begging for change because we have no money. I still have no water. I haven't had water in 2 days now, but there's no water. Here we go. City of Vancouver, animal control. They love animals because they like to fuck dogs. There's part dog DNA in them. Morning, spare any change? There's chromosomes, something like that. Oh, here's a fire truck. Yay. Yeah, oh, number 19. Give him the finger. Give him the finger. There you go. Bye-bye. This is the bullshit of this place every fucking goddamn day. Every fucking day. Morning, spare any change? So we're begging for money to get some water. Forget food. We're trying to get some water, some cigarettes. I need $18 to pay for an asthma inhaler. I have no money. So where the fuck that's going to come from? Check out that one there. Where the fuck we're going to get $18 for an asthma inhaler is anybody's fucking guess at this point. I know these jackasses won't give me one. Last summer they made me go 10 weeks without any asthma medicine at all. No rescue inhaler, nothing. They would give me nothing until all of a sudden I had an asthma attack and the cunt clone cops at the RCMP refused to call an ambulance and told me to walk the 4 blocks to the hospital during an asthma attack. And when they refused to call me an ambulance, I had to start running down the street, screaming, yelling, asking someone to call an ambulance. What do? They arrive again. The same jackass cop handcuffs me, arrests me, and tells me, you don't have asthma. You don't have asthma. This is some cunt clone cop telling me this. Well, then somebody woke up. Somebody walked over to them. Somebody must have been senior undercover and said, you're fucking up. Get this guy out. Oh, did you get that one? That sound explosion there for you? And I got to the hospital, and lo and behold, well, the doctor said, of course you have asthma. You're having an asthma attack. And gave me a nebulizer and then gave me a prescription. But the cunt clone cop and the RCMP refused to talk about it. They refused to address the issue. They refused to say anything about it. And they also refused to let me see a lawyer or a doctor. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm coming straight for your fucking goddamn jugular, RCMP. I'm coming fucking straight for you. Straight for you. So this is more courtroom evidence. It's really not only the legal courts that I'm after. The primary court that I am after, and I've won, is the court of public opinion. If you go back to my personal Facebook page, I believe it was in July of 2013, I wrote a piece that said there are 2 courts. I'm after the court of public opinion. This might not be admitted, how legal lawyers go on with this stuff. This might not be admitted into court evidence for whatever fucking legal technicality or way out of it they get. But this is going to be entered into the court of public opinion because everybody needs to know exactly what these bastards are all about. There are no people living here. There is no human activity. There is no economic activity. But there's cars and trucks running around by the thousands this morning. This is the bullshit here. The bullshit that we're all supposed to believe, but who does anymore? Grocery delivery, how about that one? Do you get that one? They love to fucking tell you how much they're starving you to death. They're cunts. They're just the extreme cunts. Some people are just cunts. But we got that evidence in. We're still struggling to get some money to get some food. We still don't have that. I tried to get some money to have a shower. I might be able to have a shower today and wash my clothes. That would be great. But we're still struggling to get money, and they won't give you any money because they want to keep you trapped in Vancouver so they can keep torturing and starving you to death. That's what we're dealing with this morning. July 16th, it's around 10 o'clock, 10:15 now. So, I mean, I've been out here for 4 hours now, and I still don't have enough money to buy food or water. Well, no, I got the water. I have $3 to buy water. I hope to God Evian did not compromise its water, or I hope to God they didn't go so far as to unbottle the water that was in Canada. Oh, don't miss that one. Did you get that sound there? That was to deafen you as well. I hope they didn't uncork the caps because they would do that. That's the big risk. Is I believe they would do that. I'll have to see what happens with the water. If I don't get an improvement soon, I know that coffee is not good anymore. We have to go away from anything with this water now. I was hoping that boiling it would do it, but it's not. We're gonna have to go away from that. I hope Evian isn't compromised because if it is, then I'm in big trouble. This on-site restoration we see constantly, which is a dig at you. I'm gonna have to try either Perrier or maybe Pellegrino, if that's the Italian word for it, the company that sells water. I need to make sure it's sourced and bottled in Italy or France. Otherwise, I'm fucked. You're disabled. 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 Oh, look at that. California. Do you see how that's subliminally stuck in there? A big dig at you. Morning, Spare any change? They hate the Americans, I think, more than they hate me.